Okay, I'm going to try to give you just a basic tutorial on a really quick one-sided butterfly. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it on the child's left side of their face. If you're left-handed, obviously you do it on the child's right side of the face. So I'm going to get my brush wet, and I'm just going to scrape it across the top of the reservoir so that it's really wet, but it's not drippy. No drips. Now I'm going to choose a color that has a dark side and a light side. Try not to pick one that's got color all the way through because you want some contrast here. So I'm going to pick up some of everything here, including the darkest. Okay, when your colors on your brush are as bold as they are on the cake, you know you've got a really good load. So the color variation is just a little muted here. I want to keep on loading. Just keep on loading. Keep on loading. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, typically, I would use the corner of the child's head, and this would be kind of like my space that I'm going for here, and then down here about even. But since it's one-sided, I'm going to give space for a second wing, which would be in my upper quadrant here. So I'm going to take this first wing lower. Let's just imagine that this child's eyes are closed. So we're going to paint right over the decorated eye on this practice board, just because we're just going to assume this child has her eyes closed. You're going to touch right here at the corner of the eye with the lightest color and kind of swoop up. Just let the brush itself create the arc. And then you're just going to wiggle, 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 wiggle. Take it a little wider and then swoop onto the eyelid. You can carry that across the eyelid here. Now, while this is wet and you want it to dry, go under the eye by taking the brush width from the corner of the eye and just kind of working with the width of the brush. Give it some wiggles, pull it in, some more wiggles and pull it in. If you need to, go the opposite direction. You want this bottom wing to be smaller than your top wing. If you need to, just dip the tip of your brush in your water and reload. Ideally, you would do this fast enough not to reload. Then you're going to fill in the middle with more of the same cake. Okay, so with the depth of the dark edge and against the contrasting of the white of the inside of the cake, you've got a really nice detail here. Now you're going to start in the same place and you're going to take it up again and create a second wing. So this gives the illusion of both butterfly wings. Now if you want to, you can use a round brush to create yourself a body and a set of antennas up here on the top. But for speed's sake, if you just take your flat brush, touch the whole brush to the face, kind of twist it and push and pull, and create some teardrops, you can give yourself everything you need to see for a butterfly here. You've got the wings, you've got the body, you've got the antenna, all with one brush. You can do this butterfly in 30 to 60 seconds. And when you're working a speed event with lots of kids in a little bit amount of time, speed is everything. Obviously you want to have nice designs that have a good wow factor. But if you can't crank them out fast enough, you're going to end up with a whole lot of kids who are sad because they didn't get painted, and a whole lot of parents that are angry because their kids are sad. So, single brush, one cake of paint. You've got variation that goes from dark to light. You got nice contrast between the white that you laid down on the inside of the cake with your first set of strokes, and then the dark up against the white to create interest.